Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. I'm Tawi and we're trying to go to space in this Let's Play. However, as you can see, I let the game run a little bit last time. And what happened was the fact that I messed up. I messed up bad, and currently we're on 4 dupes. They're still stressed, we're still having calorie problems, and essentially, I need to fix this stuff because essentially, what happened, I believe, it's not really the fact that we had like an issue with like too much carbon dioxide. What was the biggest issue, I believe, is the fact that we didn't have enough oxygen production. So even though I was pumping all of this carbon dioxide over here, it should be full. Yeah, this is full. I just don't think it's updating while like the game is paused. Even though all this carbon dioxide is stored here, we don't have enough oxygen filling up the area, so it still is hard for them to breathe, which caused an issue with the food production, which caused all of them to die because they were starving. And we're currently at 4 dupes, and I'm trying to fix it. So, yeah, I need to fix a better way to do this. I have set up a little bit more of a situation here, but we might exchange these with smart batteries because I saw a comment mentioning that after I ruined my game and crashed all of the situations. So essentially, we are going to be able to fix this, I believe, because not every single dupe is dead. So I think we're going to be okay. The first thing I want to do though is essentially I am gonna essentially disconnect a lot of circuits so that we don't use extra electricity, and then I'm going to turn off all the coal generators and then set up a manual one so that for the short time we're trying to fix this, we are not using this. So I'm going to deconstruct here. Also, I can just simply what I can do is just kind of like cancel this one, cancel that one, cancel that one. Yeah. Because now this is not connected anywhere, so we don't need to worry about the coal generators, and they're not supposed to run. I'm going to turn them off, so that should be fine. But what I can do, I believe, is I want to connect. This is going to be a long circuit by this point. I'm going to connect this anyway, but I'm going to connect it all the way like this. So all of this is going to be connected. I am going to deconstruct this one so we don't have those running. Whether or not I want these ones running, that's a good question, because I do kind of want this one running. But anyway, so what I'm going to focus on, or try to focus on, is to have essentially everything that is essential up and running, and everything that's not essential not up and running. So I'm going to turn off the lights here. We do not need to deal with that at the moment. The rock crusher is important. This is important. I'm not going to worry about the grill. I am gonna cancel here. I am gonna deconstruct this one and this one so that to the lights. I guess we can just deal with the lights. We shall see how much we can produce. Essentially, these ones do take up a lot of energy, so that is maybe going to be an issue. So I'm going to deconstruct here. The same thing with this. I'm going to also deconstruct here. This over here, I believe. I am going to deconstruct. This can kind of be running. This one can be deconstructed. And then I'm going to connect the circuit up between these ones so we can see if we can have that going for us. If I go here and I just go like this. And then what I am going to do is try... I don't know where would be the best place to put up the manual generator to just be running while I'm trying to fix all of this so that we have enough oxygen. I think maybe if I set it up over here. No. It is I just need to fix this so that it's running and I can manage to, let my stuff go around. This doesn't technically need to run, I believe. Yeah, we deconstructed that one. But that means I can kind of have a manual generator. This also, we disconnected here, okay. If I just have a manual generator in this place, I think we're fine. It should be good, so I'm gonna try to do that here. And then put the wire over in this direction, and then we're gonna see if I can let this run for a while, and I'll get back and see if this will start fixing things, okay? Okay, so I have somewhat started to fix it. Essentially, what I also realized is like this water, it keeps emitting polluted oxygen, but it doesn't really help our situation. So I currently am working on making this as a closed room so we can try to like make this room have all the stuff in the containers. I just don't see a place in where essentially you would find like other things. I think it's just polluted dirt, rot pile, and slime that is the issue here. I don't think it's anything else. So if we could do that and put them in there, then all the polluted water just goes down in here, which has an airlock switch that should be fine, which sounds pretty decent at the moment. And I don't think there's much else I can do. We are currently getting up to like a breathable gas level. The gram percentage, the gram per area of this room, is getting a lot better, which really helps us developing towards what we're actually trying to go. This one is actually at 9, but like they still have so much stuff to do, so essentially that should be fine. Okay. Now I can choose a printable. I can choose another person, and that would be great because currently we're missing people. Ugly Cry and Sticky Bomber is not too big of a problem, so I'm going to print you. That I really like, so that would be wonderful. And yeah, I'm just going to try to run it a little bit, see if I can get up the calories, see if I can get up the oxygen, see if I can manage this room, and see if it like fixes itself a little bit over time. Currently all of this is disabled, but we can figure out a way to make this a lot better and work a lot more efficient. I remember they were talking about smart batteries, which I might be able to do or deal with. And yeah, and then we do actually have a huge process going on where like I was planning to take out the chloran from this place and we could start exploring this. But yeah, we might need to actually get a balm lily, this one first, unless there is a balm lily up here that I can manage to get. Maybe this one, because if we can do that, then we can get that into the sick bay, which will be very useful for us in providing this area. So with people who are getting sick, because currently I don't think anyone is sick, but there are germs that is going to end up being an issue, and the moment we have to go into the slime area, we're going to have a big issue. I also need to fill up this with water, so I need to get this one going. So that is one of the things that I need to figure out. But I do believe this electrical circuit is like already, yeah, it's not struggling yet. It is struggling. It is highlighting, or is it? Okay, currently there's no, unless he is actually sitting here and going, you know what, we can like make another one. If we dig out here and we dig out this area, then I can essentially just set up another manual generator so they can just go if we do need it. And then we can try to get this production up and running, and that would be great. And I'm just going to set all of this to the highest priority. You guys can do that as fast as possible. And then essentially we are starting to get, we have 21,000 calories, which means our food production is actually going pretty great right now. We have a farm up here, farm up here, farm over here, which has caused everything here to, you know, be dealt with, which is really nice. We can also start with making sure that the sweep is being dealt with the oxygen, the polluted oxygen right away, that would be great. And the moment we get this, yeah. If you guys actually went to deal with this one, I just think I might need to go, and all of this is on 7. All of this is on 7. 7. Because currently I just put it up so high. But currently that we don't really need. Actually, wait. This one does need to be high. Like, as high as you can get it, that one. But if I do put this on 7, not anything else, we can deal with that later. Then you guys can maybe start focusing on that. Yes, that would be amazing to you. So, because then you actually have your priorities in order, which is amazing. Because I have been messing around with this kind of like old Nilly Willy, which isn't that great. So, but yeah, we have all of that on 7, which is pretty nice. I don't know if I keep this on 7. I can at least take it one step down to 8, I feel like. And then we're going to start working towards all of this. And now we have electricity going on, which is amazing. Which is making all of this working towards producing a lot more oxygen. And we're even getting like a little bit of like this type of thing in the situations, which is great. And then we can just start dealing with the polluted oxygen by taking all of these ones away, please. I want these ones moved because they're making my issue to have clean air a bigger problem, which is essentially what we need to do. Oh, this is not that priority, so I can, if I set this to 7 again, I need my sweep. If I set all of this to 7 and I go, wait, mop to 7 and I go just like that and then that should be fine. And then currently we don't have enough water over here, which means we do need this one to get up and running. Essentially, like this one is very important. So that would be wonderful if we can maybe like connect this one, these two. If we could deal with that, because then we can get that production up and running and that would be great. So I think maybe we are going to do that. We're going to connect these and just have this as our only currently main production chain. Yeah. Yes, I think. This is gonna cause an issue, but this is, as long as we get this fixed. I don't know. Are they waiting for something? They must be waiting for something. Oh, they're just talking. Yeah, I changed the schedule so that they would be less stressed. So they would be able to just have a little bit of fun, which they really needed. So I give them like 2 hours of breaks in the morning where they can just have and do whatever they want. I gave themselves essentially a little bit more sleeping time so that, you know, like the people who sleep a little bit more can do so. And other than that, yeah, it should technically be fine. I think. Let's see. I'm gonna let it run for a little while and I'll be back. And we get now to pick up another dupe. I'm actually wondering whether or not picking up copper would be a good idea here, because if we can do that, we can maybe fix a lot of our electricity issue, because I think we're running out of material. Not by a big reason, but like because of the issue with the whole oxygen stuff, we kind of need to keep on making wires and deal with that. We should recycle the stuff that when we dismantle it, but it still is an issue. So he has allergies and he's a vomiter, which isn't the best, but it's dealable. And then there's barbecue, which Sounds like a good thing. Currently I have 42,000 calories, which is a lot better than we were previously doing. So I think we're gonna go for copper here. And that's gonna deal with a lot of our issues, I believe. Let's see if these ones just keeps running like this. We're gonna see our oxygen level is just starting to get a lot better. We have our oxygen producer over here, this one over here. We still need algae, which we don't really have at the moment. But we are getting to a point where like we are dealing with this in the best way we can, I believe. Yeah. Which is really nice. We are starting to get there. And we are also, if I am not wrong, starting to produce clean water over here. There was a couple of times where they puked and a little bit of this got contaminated. It's not going to be a big enough issue, so should be fine. This should probably go faster, but like it's just all I can do at the moment. Plus currently it is trying to refill these areas. Luckily, these areas were so effective over here. The toilets were so effective that I never had any issue with the toiletries while all of this was happening, which was really nice. Like, it was so nice to have this just like running in the back, being like, this is fine. Okay, I am gonna disable you for a moment, because we do not need you to keep pushing water up this pipe over and over again. When we have issue with this whole thing. And we kind of need more water in this reservoir. What we need is like this whole thing to be dug out so that we can like safely deal with this without it being touched by water, I believe. That is essentially what I do need. And oh, sorry. I've been eating noodles. I've just been letting it run a little while and stuff like that. So I was thinking I was gonna show you guys. There's another blueprint, and which one I'm gonna pick. Let's see. This one has 10 creativity, which is kind of nice. We have a caregiver, so we don't really need that. Narcoleptic is problematic. Same with bottomless stomach. This one is probably the better one. Binge eater and sticker bomber. Binge eater is a problem. Ugly carrier and sticker bomber is not really an issue. It kind of is between these two, because I don't really want another one who's a vomiter, but binge eater or ugly crier. Food can be an issue though, which might be a problem. And they're gonna murder the plants too, so I can't use them for that. I think I'm gonna pick this one because it seems like the better option here, even though he falls asleep. If he dies, he dies, you know, like that's how we deal with it. Another thing, there was some dupes everywhere. I have also let the game run a little bit so that this system of like water tanks have now essentially been set up. One of the things I also realized, even though this gives us radiation, it also gives out cold. So when I get the steam pump over here, I can like filter it all the way over here, just let it chill in this area. Like this is not gonna be, if I can like freeze this area, make it colder, on top of the fact that this one is already here naturally making it cold, then I'll like make the water a lot colder here than it is everybody else. It is currently like 24C, and here it's 29C, which means like this is a lot warmer water than this is. But this one is like -3C, which is perfect, because all of this water over here can't really be used going through the pipes. So if I put like an insulated pipe all the way over here from steam turbine into this, we might have like a really cool system of cooling it down before we can use it to everything else, which I think might be the best option. I have currently we're just using the manual generators. We are also like having this issue where spills happens all the time, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's because they're not going to the toilet enough, which I feel like if I go to schedule, if I in the middle of the time day just say, hey, you guys can go to the toilet, don't hold it. I feel like this is like the better option. And then I can do this and this kind of. Like I'm just telling people to go to the toilet in the middle and then they can go back to work so that they don't hold it throughout the whole day and never go to the bath. Because that's essentially what I'm worried about at the moment. I also think our fish that we got died because I can't see any of it. We have this water here. We have this water here. Is this polluted water currently? No, it's not. Okay, that's really nice. Because then we can try to figure that out and see if we can manage to get that up and running. We do have priorities here. Okay, so this is on big priority, which is nice. We can also do the same thing here. We can remove this. And then we can just kind of leave this there. We can maybe deal with it later if we want to, but I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We have currently fixed our colony. It is not currently dying and we're back on track. I'm gonna figure out maybe a better way to fix this coal generator, but mostly I think what we're actually going to start moving towards is because we have so many systems up and running already. We don't really need to fix the coal generator. We can kind of just move over to the steam setup and try to figure that out first and then deal with this later, which I think is our best option at the moment, because then we get like a really nice steady supply of energy that is not polluting the air around us, which is really great. And then we can maybe try to work towards, you know, having other type of food resources so we're not like dependent on the worst kind, which is our biggest issue at the moment. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I hope you guys like this episode of Oxygen Not Included, and I hope you guys like this process of seeing me trying to fix my colony because I messed up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.